Hello everybody, welcome to another whatever this thing is by Aiden. Ooh. How was that for an intro? I think I nailed it. I think I did good. Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to this weird live stream that I'm doing where I've decided all of a sudden to turn it into a media analysis and learning stream because look it. Hi Luminobi. Ryoshu is having a, I wouldn't say great time. Her story is kind of messed up already. So we will be doing a analysis of Canto 9 of Limbus Company. For the first time, I won't just be playing Mirror Dungeon. I'll be like showing scenes from the actual game as background. So 100% there will be spoilers. It's gonna be fun? Question mark. All right. Let's get. I have notes, which is great because I usually don't have time to do notes, but with my new video schedule, I am able to actually do notes for the live stream. I think that's great. Sinclair made you sign his apology form, as you should. Sinclair should be so. Sinclair is. I haven't actually gotten the new Sinclair ID yet, so I don't know what the story behind Ren is. So, but I heard it's pretty messed up as usual with Limbus Company, and it's still pretty on the ball with my analysis. So I'm gonna barrel on through here. All right, today we're gonna talk about what is how do writers and fiction authors and game writers adapt real concept. Okay, so usually when we're adapting something from media, we're adapting it from a very broad ideological or conceptual basis, like the future of dreams or justice, that kind of stuff. But Canto 9 for Limbus Company did something really cool, which is they adapted real thing, which is really messed up somehow. But this is something that a lot of people have done. I want to talk about it. I want to tell you how it works. In Canto 9, they adapted the concept of familial abuse. It's really cool. A lot of fans of the game have said that this Canto isn't as... Oh, by the way, if there's something like wrong with my mic, you have to let me know, because I've been messing with the setup again, trying to fix problems from last stream. So should be fine now, but let me know if there's mic. Anyway, yeah, a lot of the fans of the game says that this Canto isn't as good as the last one. I disagree. I think this and not just because I really like Ryoshu, though that might be part of it, but also because that this Canto is trying to do something completely different from the previous one. There's also the writing structure behind it has also changed. The director isn't doing most of the writing. He has learned to delegate finally, and he seems to be doing it well. But while previous Canto was trying to adapt source material from actual stories from books that has previously been done, based on what the history of Hellscreen is, this Canto seems to have gone a completely different way. So I'm going to give a little bit of a background for the history of Hellscreen while I let this thing autoplay in the background a little bit. She limbered on my company till I Yoshihide. I don't know what that means. It sounds like sex stuff. So no horny. It's a weird game to be horny. Thanks for joining anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I will be talking about. You know what? Nah, it's fine. You don't need the audio. Just read the text if you want to get a sense of what this canto is trying to do. All right. So previous canto is about adapting works. So the history of Hellscreen is this: that Hellscreen was actually adapted from another story. For some reason, out of all the notes I have, I didn't write down what the previous story was, but it was adapted of something similar to Hellscreen, and it was a re-adaptation. So Limbus Company is an adaptation of an adaptation, and by then you kind of are adapting what is like this the plot structure of Hellscreen, and not exactly what Hellscreen is. So as long as there is this mirror to it, there is a similarity to it, it's considered adaptation, which is why there's a lot of different Yoshihides in Limbus Company. There's a lot of versions of Yoshihides, because in the second adaptation of Hellscreen, the one that is being adapted for the Limbus Company, written by Ryonosuke, it's about this familial relationship, and Limbus Company is exploring all aspects of it. Every version of the nurse father is a Yoshihide, and every version of a nurse father is a type of familial abuse that is being explored in Limbus Company from Hellscreen. The original Hellscreen only explored like one form of psychological abuse, which is also slightly explored here, but it is all the other forms of it, of familial abuse, is also being explored in Limbus Company to pretty good effect. The first type, we'll go down the list. The first type is the Thumb. Yes, the Thumb Syndicate in Limbus Company is each of these syndicates, each of the fingers have like a aspects of them that is shown as sort of good. For example, the thumb is like respect, the index is about trust, you have loyalty for the middle, focus for the ring, and the promise for the pinky. But all those like positive aspects can be pushed to a negative outcome, as shown in Canto 9. So as you see, Valencina is the representative of the thumb aspect. Valencina is the way she raised both Yoshihide and her apprentice is through violence. She beats the ever-loving shit out of everybody. You know? This is like a misconception of by these like these father type figures, parental type figures, that violence is equals to respect. Immediately, Valencina chose the wrong guy to rage bait. Yeah, she really did. Like, she could choose anyone else, but she chose the one person who's like a massive monster. I have 5 viewers. What? No, I don't. Oh, I went back to 1. Don't get my don't get my hopes up that this is a good stream. Most of the people who watch my stream watch it like after the stream, so you know, it's fine. It's fun. I do like to watch back on streams. Anyway, yeah. So Valencina is about power being mistaken for respect, and you can see it in her kids, in both Ryoshu and Ren. did you send the link to my stream in the PM Discord? Oh great, now I have pressure because fans, right? Yeah, and the way Valentina does her parenting, it creates these kids who also end up. It creates these kids who also end up being who wants to fulfill the need, right, of love, and they end up thinking that showing power, being respected is love, which is not the same thing. And this is the abuse that is represented by the thumb, you know. And that is Valentina's version of abuse. It's physical abuse, being represented, being mistaken for love, or being mistaken for what it actually takes to love somebody. And this is you'll see this representation of different types of abuse being formed throughout every single nurse father, throughout every single character in this Kanto. Baby Ryoshu is cute. Baby Ryoshu is really cute. It's really different from adult Ryoshu, and I think that's the point. Like in the story, young baby Ryoshu is filled with innocence and trust, as all kids are. And as you mature, you start knowing how messed up things is. You start to break out of these types of abuse. Like when she was younger, Ryoshu, in one of the scenes, she got beaten up by Valentina, and then she's just crying in the corner. Yeah, when she's an adult, nope, that doesn't happen anymore. A lot of abuse victims, Ryoshu is like a showcase of what happens when an abuse victim manages to come out of their abusive situation. And when she comes out of Valentina's abuse system, she basically just doesn't give her the power. She doesn't give her the respect of being feared of her physical prowess or whatever. You know, from the very first scene where she is introducing this Kanto, Ryoshu doesn't give a F. She just ignores her, because by then there's no power anymore. Like, kids usually outgrow their parents, and their parents become like a insignificant part of their thing. Like when as a kid, you are afraid of, you know, your parents because they're bigger, they're smarter, whatever. But once you grow up, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's basically the thumb. Thumb is a symbolism for the mistaken of powers and respect as a form of love. Alright? And oh yeah, Ren. He is basically the bad end. What happens when you do stay inside it? Not Ren, sorry, Lucio. Why do they keep saying Ren? Lucio is the bad end for what happens when you do stay inside like a physical abuse situation. You mistake it also for love, and you think that you have to do it until they are happy, but they will never be happy. The abuser will always beat the ever-loving crap out of you. That's just how it works. The power is love to them. The respect is not earned. The respect is forced. And there's a mistake for respect, between respect, power, and love. Right, and we're gonna explore the next nurse father. The next nurse father will be the index nurse father. Index nurse father is much more interesting. Oh, I can't show it in the because they're in the battle. Let me go up go to the all right. Is that Roland from library? Okay, so this is gonna be part of it. Let me go to the House of Spiders wiki. So the index nurse father is Rian. Rian For those who don't know already, Rian in the story for Canto 9 is created as a mirror to Roland from Library of Ruina. Like, he was the index will give you the index is basically a religious cult. They will give you goals to fulfill. The goals are random and shit. And it's really a very fictional depiction of real life religious abuse, religious cult, in that you don't know whether or not the instructions are good or bad. You just have to follow. So he followed the instruction and became like this evil version of Roland from Library of Ruina. Yeah, that's cool. And his life up until a certain point matches Roland. He falls in love, gets married, have a kid there, but then was asked to kill them, which he did. And this is the religious abuse version of Yoshihide. Ren is also a Yoshihide. Valentina is also a Yoshihide. Ren's version is religious abuse, where a lot of cult survivors go through this, where their parents are raising a kid on behalf of the religion, basically. Where think of the Quiverful movement or Scientology. They raise kids to be in the cult. It's unquestioning, and a lot of kids, when they leave, they become like Ryoshu, in that they have this like wall up against him, even though like he's shown love, but his love is tainted, right? Because his love is not from him, or you don't know if it's from him or if it's from the religion, in this case the index. Illuminati, I read a comment on the video that Rian was kind of like a male trying to follow societal expectations. No, that's really a bad take. You have to look at these characters through their fingers, their syndicates, and Rian is definitely a depiction of religious cult. It's just very, very obvious to it. Illuminati. Ren is the template of the traditional Asian father. His career, marriage, and life were all shaped by social expectation rather than personal choice. Yet, over time, he developed genuine feelings for the family he was told to build. By the time he found the courage to express it, it was already too late. From a comment on Sunu's video. I can see that being a way to read it, but it's a very hard read, because the recurrent theme of Ren being more religious based is a lot stronger and is a lot more forward. You see it in his death scene, where he literally follows it all the way through to the end, where he ate himself with the spork, right? And hang on, I just realized I didn't change the loading screen to the... Damn it. Okay, hang on, give up. I've been using the Limbus Company wiki for a while now, and I realized I didn't switch it over. Damn. Alright, Rian. Because like I don't have anything to show on the game screen. Okay. Dumb Aiden. I'm so sorry. Alright, yeah, so his death scene with the Spock, basically following it all the way through. You can say, I think the misreading of it comes from the fact that a lot of societal thing. Oh right, it's called a Fapum. It's not a Spock, sorry. You're right. It's Fapun. Spock spoon. I don't have Fapun. Alright, okay. I will say it right this time. A lot of the reading of it comes from, I think the misreading of it comes from the fact that a lot of cult dynamic can be found in modern society, and because of that, it can be mistaken for this Asian traditional society. And to be honest, like Asian tradition, a bit cult-like, to be honest. You think of like your businesses with their team building exercises and all those are partly cult dynamic. It becomes cult-like when it's taken to the extreme, when it's followed without reservation, and that is the idea of the index. Alright, all the way up until the end where he used the fapoon to end himself. It is all yes, I literally made a video about cult, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm very I know the shit very clearly. Alright, I'm one of the few people in the world who will know this. Not few, there's a lot of people. Very sadly, there's a lot of people, right? Yeah. You see you see this in his like growth as a character, is that he never knows which part of his relationship with Ryoshu is real. All the way up until the end, he has this questioning of himself, like, does he really feel for Ryoshu? And hello, it's Krosma. I'm gonna call it Krosma. Thanks for joining. Up until the end, he never really understands if his relationship with Ryoshu is real. He doesn't understand if he really truly loves his Ryoshu, or his unnamed daughter, the one that was killed before the story happened. And it is a real version of Roland from Library on Ruina, whose love is really strong and true, right? And he ends up being one of the Yoshihides. I think every single Nospada can just be, or the trivia for every single Nospada should just change everyone to Yoshihide, to be honest. Okay, and that's Rien. Cult familiar abuse, religious abuse in family dynamics. That's his entire shtick. Really well played. And you can see it in his apprentice Sora. Sora has I really like Sora's design, by the way. The schoolgirl index thing, man, I don't know how they made it work. It's so weird, but it works. Anyway, no, Illuminate, you need to stop like pointing out how many viewers I have, because then people will stop like, no, this is actually a really terrible stream. Am I into schoolgirl design? I'm into any kind of design. The schoolgirl index design just have a gap moe that I really enjoy. I don't understand why. It's so weird, and she has that tomboy look. It's so gap. It works. I don't know how it works, but it does work. Anyway, you see this from Sora's like religious ending. A lot of children of religious cult, when they end up in that last final bit where they try to really please their parent, will literally do anything to show their resolve to their parent. But this resolve is very strange in the sense that it is, while they're doing it for the love of their parents, they end up, it's hard to differentiate it from the resolve to get recognition from their parents from the recognition their parents want from the religion. It's almost the same. Like, that is the abusive dynamic at work here. I'm really sad that she died, by the way. I feel like I really wanted her to come back as a more fleshed out character, and instead of who we're gonna talk about next, which is the middle. Where's the middle? Do I have to go back to the house to find pages? Instead of Kira. Kira is fun, but I feel like Sora would have been a better person to come back. Anyway, alright, third, dynamic adaptation. So today we'll catch up to those who join in. Hello, who's Sora? Illuminabi says, who's Sora? I'm gonna pretend that we remember Sora, because it's really hard to do this stream if I have to go the Catty route. And we'll go, who's Kenny? Ren is the monkey from Hell's Screen. Ren is not the monkey from Hell's Screen. The monkey from Hell's Screen is the monkey from Hell's Screen. There is a Saruhide in the story. Maybe don't make this harder. Okay. Okay. All right. We'll get to all the others. All right. We'll get to all the others. We're going to Matthias now. Do I have? Is there a scene for Matthias? Yes, there is. Let me swap over to the game so I can showcase the Matthias scene. Violence. Here we come. We all know this scene. Matthias. So today, just to catch everyone up, I'm talking about how we're adapting, how stories adapt real life concepts. Usually, stories adapt like really broad concepts like justice, laws, freedom, whatever. Today, this story adapts abusive concepts, and that is a real thing, which is why it's very interesting to explore. So the middle adapts loyalty. The middle is about loyalty, and we're talking about toxic loyalty. And in Matthias' case, we're talking about financial abuse. Okay? Illuminate me, my Ezra almost died. She only had one. How did your Ezra almost die? I'm not gonna question that. Congratulations, you finished it anyway. Orange flavored tree. Literacy is scary. Literacy is fun. For once you have a certain type of personality for it. So sad that Ravi died. Ravi died. Oh yeah. So many people died here. Okay. So, but we have a new color fixer. Look, Vespa. Matthias is loyalty. The middle adaptation is loyalty and financial abuse. Matthias' version is financial abuse. A character who mistake money into as a form of loyalty, and oh yeah, we have Green Sinclair, right? Yeah, that's a color fixer. And for these kind of abusers, I'm very familiar with financial abuse because that is the abuse that I suffered through. So Matthias, for these kind of abusers, they think that if you give enough money to the victim, you gain their love and their respect. But because money is transactional, there's this sense of ownership. Like, I own you and your love and your respect. And that is what happens here. He literally like spends Kira like money. Real Shu again will be an example of what happens when Orange, you're right. It's just an illusion of caring. It's like this. You know how like a lot of billionaires like think like money buys respect, money buys love. This is the exact same thing, right? They have this like concept of love that they cannot achieve, so it becomes like this money thing. No, Illuminate, you can't keep pointing out my viewers. They'll disappear. It's like magic. That's how it works. Anyway, like yeah. So Kira, not Kira, Matthias and Real Shu has the positive effect of leaving it. You know, she realized that the love isn't real right in this scene, you know. And when she was younger, she goes to Matthias like on the car ride. It's like a happy thing. Like, oh, I get stuff. But as she realized that love isn't real, she starts to distance herself, and she can find true relationship and connection because it's not tied down by this money requirement. Do we think Kira has a chance to make it? The fact that she didn't die on screen means that she made it. That's just how it works usually in this story. But there's no, I mean, like, Angdu got her entire arm ripped off and she's fine, you know. That's, I'd say that's good, right? So yeah, Matthias, very obviously financial abuse, bought loyalty, bought love. Not a good way to raise. By the way, I love her little ID Easter egg here for Moses. Anyway, yeah, financial abuse, that's basically for Matthias. It's both simple and complicated. Like once I explain it, it clicks very quickly. But when people hear of financial abuse, they don't really get why it's bad. A lot of fans who, when they first read Matthias, they just like thought he was the best of the Nospada because he bought stuff for Ryoshu. But you realize that when he bought a toy for Ryoshu, I think, what was it? He didn't get the right color. He didn't get the right type. And in the Ishmael Kira ID uptight story, he didn't buy the right magazines for Kira either. He just bought everything because they don't remember anything about the kids. To them, it's like this idea of love, you know. Matthias is still cool, Rosma. Don't worry. He's just an asshole. He's just a terrible. I mean, like, you can still like his drip. Never ever hate someone for their drip. You know, but he's a shit person. Limbus JJK and Deltarune killed my reading comprehension. No, I think those should increase your reading comprehension. It's like a muscle, you know. Once you overworked it, you get really tired and stuff. Illuminati, Gen Z babies tune into boomers video game analysis. I'm not a boomer. I'm 34. I'm not a boomer. Jesus Christ, that's like the worst thing you ever said about me. Not gonna lie, I didn't get Kira Ishmael since she's only good if you have a middle MV team. I'm gonna get every single ID. That's just my thing. I will be farming up my fragments. I just like having all the IDs. That's that thing. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Ring. Oh, Ring. Is there a scene that I can play to demonstrate Ring? I think Ring is a hard one to demonstrate with a scene. I'll just go back to the wiki and I'll try to verbally explain it because Ring's dynamic is very hard to explain. We have Callisto and Albina. Okay. Ah, shit. Did I just... Okay, we have Callisto and Albina. Callisto, the Ring's form of abuse that is being adapted is the idea of focused and dedication and focus becoming abusive. Fixation, yes, fixation is the type of abuse. That is the word you can describe this abuse as. Your parents are teaching you in the form of what they value. So Callisto doesn't. If you see him, see him, yeah. Callisto in his scenes, right? You realize that he doesn't actually raise Ryoshu. He doesn't really give a shit about Ryoshu. He is talking about his art every single time, right? Ring, okay, orange. Let me read some chat. A lot just popped up. Let's see. Where did you get the Ryoshu plush? I yearn for Limbus merch. Ryoshu plush is from a limited run of Ryoshu, of all the Limbus characters. I think they will be doing a rerun soon. 50 pulls down the drain. No Hohenheim, Greg or Ranclair. RIP. I just save up fragments, man. Crossma, you got it from... Oh, Crossma already sold it. Orange. Ring is like that old faction fixation and that old stuff being the only good thing for you. You have all... Congratulations on your 2 brain cells. I also have 2 brain cells. That's all you need. You're kind of right. Yes, fixation on... I'm not so sure about the tradition, but you are right about the fixation on that only some stuff is good for you thing. You see it in his cutscenes, right? You look at all his cutscenes. He's never looking at Ryoshu. It's gonna get bloody. I should show you. Shit, it's all bloody. Okay, you'll just get. I'm not monetized. That's fine. All right. he's never looking at Ryoshu. It's always at his art. He doesn't care about Ryoshu. He is using his art as like a conduit. Like, if I show, I want to love you on my terms, you know. There is no scene in which Callisto is really looking at Ryoshu. He doesn't care. Callisto likes blue. Everybody likes blue. I hate blue. I like blue. And you can see, like, at the end, Ryoshu just kind of knows. Callisto is just there. He's not really a father figure. He's more like raising by proxy. It's a very simple concept, but again, like financial abuse, it's not overtly like easy to understand, because unlike the other characters, Callisto didn't really do a physical abuse or like or hyper control. He just didn't give a shit, right? His entire abusive motive is that he isn't really raising Ryoshu. That's like a secondary thing. You see this a lot in parents who like are overly dedicated to. Well, I would say Callisto is better representation of that Asian traditional mindset of like society thing, following like a fixated idea than Rin. And yeah, he needs to. Yeah, you're right. He needs to have other people admire him or something like that. He needs other people to look at his art. His relationship with Ryoshu is very, very, very shallow, and that's the kind of like selfish abuse that comes from it. Let's see. Albina is again the bad end. Let's show her in her more awesome outfit. Her Iron Maiden outfit, I didn't really like it. It's kind of, it goes a bit too hard, I think. Her half robotic outfit really goes a bit hard in the other direction. Albina is again the bad end to Ryoshu. She doesn't find, unlike all the other apprentices, unlike all the other apprentices, right? She doesn't find her relationship with her nurse father. Her relationship is with Vashiat, her sword. She develops this toxic dependency with her sword, and you see it with the way that she wants to form like a relationship with the main characters. It's also this like toxic, this twisted version of it. This selfish version where relationship is only from use, and that's basically how kids can be raised in these kind of situations. And Ryoshu again escapes this and becomes, you know, a better person. Ryoshu is able to show her love for other people without it being reciprocal. She can love without having to be loved, and that is, you know, the form of this abuse. And okay, we're done with Ring. Let's go through the chat. Callisto only needs approval on this video. When Sinclair awakened, Callisto immediately tried to ask him. Yeah, you're right. All apprentices are like abuse fragments of Ryoshu. Yeah, you're right in the, yeah, basically the entire stream is about this, like how they are all abuse fragments. The entire story for Canto 9 is about this kind of like abusive fragmentation relationship. You can go through like pretty much everything, and it's even the main characters Ryoshu and Araya are also a version of Yoshihide. They are all a version of Yoshihide from Hell's Creek. I will also talk a little bit about like what is Hell's Creek later, but after we go through the last one. Last one is the Pinky. Pinky is the complicated one for this. Because Pinky is a promise. Pinky is a promise. And the nurse father for the Pinky pretty much died. So hard to... You know what? Let's go back to the GG. The nurse father for the Pinky is Shiori. Xiaomi, sorry. Xiaomi. Pretty much died. But her version of abuse is this this like forced love. Love even when there is no love. And it becomes this kind of think of like parents that abandon their kids, that kind of thing, or parents that have to take care of kids that they don't really want, that kind of stuff. That is Xiaomi Yoru's kind, like, you know, this kind of I have to take care of it purely out of responsibility, purely out of obligation. There is no true care. That is Xiaomi, you know. All apprentices are like abuse fragments over. Can I show future skincare? I can show future skincare. Let's go to. I'll just show future skincare while I talk. Which episode is future skincare? Let's see, the ring. Which one? Ticket. Hatching? Emily, 71 day. I have missed it. Did not expect I'll be showing future skincare. By the way, all the should be here, right? I feel like it's this one. Let's see. Is it here? I'll just autoplay it and we'll see if it comes up. I felt bad the most for Lucio. Yeah, because Lucio's like the physical abuse version. That's the one that most people get like instinctively. Why are people saying they wanted to betray Valencian? I mean, will it be logical? But is this it's not. He has completely fallen into this like abusive cycle, so he wouldn't have the ability to do it either. You know. I think it was in the flavor text or skills. It might be. If that's the case, it will be an internal thought. Like when you are getting beaten up, like, one day I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you, kind of thing. The episode is hatching. I think this is the right. This should be the right episode, right? No. Wait, let me just. Anyway, yes. So it's definitely not suddenly one day. Lumi. You little. The episode is hatching. Is it? Hatching. Oh, right, it is hatching. Okay, good. All right. So, anyway, before I get to it, the Pinky, every single side focus character is also tied to a form of family abuse. Gregor and Sinclair as well, by the way. Theirs are relatively secondary, so I might go through it later if I have the time. But for now, let's fix on Rishu in the Pinky, which is, like I said, responsibility. This like idea of like love through responsibility and not through actual want. Sorry, I just burped. And because of that, Xiaomi never showed the kind of love. It's like I'm here to take care of you. That's my job, and that's it, right? It is a kind of abuse for a child to not receive love when they need it from someone who cannot give it. But usually that form of abuse, the person, in this case Xiaomi, is the parent figure, usually has like another level of abuser, another person, another thing, society, whatever responsibility that is already flawed that forces them to do this. You see this a lot in like the foster family system, especially in America. A lot of family do it out of obligation of some sort, and it becomes a very vicious cycle. Yeah, it becomes like a punishment. You're right, Orange. I mean, the punishment for the reason for them to end up in the House of Spider, it's like a completely different thing. They kind of, because each of the nurse father represents the worst aspects of the motive of each syndicate, right? What happens when respect, trust, loyalty, focus, and promise gets taken to the negative end? And you know, all of them showcases that. And the second the second spider for the Pinky Araya has nothing to do with like the actual Pinky version, as you can see from like the difference between Shiomi. By the way, Araya and Ryoshu are also Yoshihides. They are all Yoshihides, right? They all have this. They are all like adapting this version of Hellscreen within themselves, because alright, now I'm gonna talk about Hellscreen. Alright, what is the Hellscreen? There's been like a bit of back and forth within the community about what is this adaptation of Hellscreen actually is. Is it like the sword? Is it Ryoshu? The House of Spiders is Hellscreen because it is hell. The House of Spider is hell. There's another story by Ryunosuke which talks about this. Let me see if I can't remember the name. I really should have like done a better job of taking notes. Is it Spider's Thread? Is it called Spider's Thread? Let me just double check. Yeah, the Spider's Thread. It is specifically mentioned later that this story by Ryunosuke is part of it. In the Spider's Thread, the character tries to escape from hell on a single thread. The character of Ryoshu is actually not just based on Yoshihide, it's also based on the character in the Spider's Thread, right? Her trying to escape from hell, which is the House of Spiders, on the single thread of bond that she shares with Araya, right? That is why the entire House of Spider is Hellscreen. The entire House of Spider is the depiction of hell. It is the Hellscreen is not the sword, it's not Ryoshu, it is the House of Spiders. That is this concept, and because of that, you can say that the entire House of Spider is Hellscreen. Every single character in it is a character in Hell's, is Yoshihide in Hellscreen, is the daughter in Hellscreen. You know, every single apprentice is the kid. Every single nurse spider is Yoshihide. That's how this adaptation works. This is how Limbus Company Project Moon has decided to adapt the real concept of abuse and all of these and fit it into their adaptation of Hellscreen, which is again based on another story, adapted from another story. Adaptations of adaptation. Really fun, everybody. Really nice to talk about. Orange. I am yet to read the actual literature of All Sinners. You don't really have to. You just read whatever feels to you. I also didn't read all of it. I read Donkey, I've read Honglu's, and I've read Ryoshu. I've not read the rest. I don't think you need to. It's just really fun to do so if you like analysis. I'm starting on Isang a little bit. I'll talk about it a little bit later because I found something out about Isang that I really want to talk about also. That one will be coming later. But yeah, so Hellscreen, the entire House of Spider is Hellscreen. By Honglu, Edamine, Otamajin, I read Primo. Yes, I did read Otamajin. I have read parts of Red Chamber. I got a bit bored, I will be honest. Oh, Fuchsia Skincare is here. I've also read the Three Kingdoms. So yeah, I've read some of it, not all of it. My take is that you don't have to read classic literature if you don't want to. They are great works of art for their time, but my position is that I think a lot of modern works, especially those adapted from it, has taken it to allow you to understand it in a modern context. So you don't really have to. Like, you don't have to read Shakespeare to understand Shakespeare. You can read like modern adaptations of Shakespeare's, and you can, if the adaptation is good, you'll still understand Shakespeare. You read it if you want to understand the context in which the original take place. from the view of the author of that time, you know? And that's how like you should approach classical literature. You don't go to it like oh, this is the best book ever. You go to it like this was the best of that time, and we have taken it to a new level, a new place, a new team, a new understanding. Like the exploration of all these abuse in Canto 9, right, will never happen in Hellscreen because we didn't understand all these things when Hellscreen itself was written. This is a modern adaptation that was able to work off the idea of Hellscreen into what it is today. Right? Hellscreen, amazing for what it was at the time. It was a great show of how love and abuse is a very fine line to walk. But I think Limbus has done a new version of it that's really, really good. I've said before, I think Limbus is a really good piece of literature, perhaps one of the best of the 21st century. I stand by it. This is really good. Should I just skip? I haven't seen Skincare yet. Alright, I'll talk about the side characters while we wait for Skincare to come out. So, the side sinners that are focused in Canto 9 all have familial abuse backgrounds as well, which is like, I think that's the focus of Canto 9, because we know that Kim Ji-hoon, the director, has talked about his own past with abuse as well. So this is clearly like a topic quite close to him, which is why it's even shown in this way, and you can really see it coming through. We have Sinclair, we have Gregor, and we have Don Quixote. So Sinclair's abuse is a bit different. It's the othering, you know, when your family doesn't feel like your family. In his version, like, his family is so different that he doesn't feel like he is part of the family anymore. I wouldn't call it very abusive. I think it's like an unintentional abuse where the environment doesn't fit the child, and that's what happens to Sinclair. You feel bad for Rhodia, the fact that she'll never be relevant. Rhodia's entire story, apparently, from what I can understand so far, I haven't read her original work, is that she is not relevant, and that's why she's relevant. I might talk about this next time in the future in another different stream, about the relevancy of the irrelevant characters. I love writing irrelevant character as a writer. I love it when my character seems completely... some of the favorite characters I've ever written are not main characters, are just side characters that come in and go, and they seem so irrelevant, but they do play a part in the story. Their irrelevancy is the whole part. Sometimes it's to showcase that is what you are trying to, what the heroes are trying to protect. Sometimes it's to show that there are other people fighting the same fight. Sometimes it is to show that normal people can step up into this heroic role in a heroic time. The Watcher in the first two books, yes, exactly. Lunami has read my books, so she knows. So he knows that it is the Watcher in the first two books, completely irrelevant character when they were introduced, and then boom, here they are relevant. He's just not relevant in that story at that time. I think when Rhodia's Recanto comes up, she'll get that same treatment. Callisto is bald. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see it. It's kind of... I know there is art of it, but it's not shown here. I think it's just a programming thing. Yeah. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, Sinclair, that's the kind of like abusive family dynamic. Gregor, his mom is Hitler, guys. I don't really know how to, you know, his mom is Hitler. But there is an actual dynamic in that Gregor's dynamic is that his mom basically uses him as an experiment to be her future. You know those kind of parents that like put a lot of expectations on their kids because they want the kid to become what they couldn't have been, yeah, that's basically it, you know. Good greetings from Singapore. Poila, ah, hello, hello, hello. Very nice to see you. I have an accent now. I can do my Singapore accent. I don't do it on stream. Orange flavored tea. As a fan of crime honey, that's scarce. Yeah. And Rhodia is conveniently the least like. Why is Rhodia the least like character? I like Rhodia. I like all the characters, you know. I feel like people need more media literacy, which is why we're here. Who's the last one? Donkey. Donkey. You know what? I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna play the next episode so we can actually see future skincare. Alright. It is. I want to see some future skincare, and then I'm gonna talk about everything else. I know skincare almost awakened, but I want to see him already awakened. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Alright, let's talk a bit about future skincare. There's nothing really to talk about. I don't know enough about future skincare. Let's talk about, okay, let's do some on-the-spot analysis, alright? Let's analyze skincare as a character here. What do we know about him? His motif, the little bird, it's the hatch egg. He has hatched. I think that is the recurring motif for Sinclair. He has 2 weapons. He still has his Vogel, but he has the Great Sword. Does that showcase his strength? He has grown stronger, that he can wield 2 swords. The Qingming bird. Is that Ting? I don't know much about Sinclair's background. I didn't read his original literature. So if this is a thing, you guys will have to go. I'm going to analyze him based on like just a first look kind of thing. His sword is a great sword. That's funny because so is Faust. I don't think it's the same sword. So I don't know if that is a reference to anything. I think the design for future Sinclair, for Smoke Sinclair, is a bit... It's meant to be mysterious. It's meant to keep us guessing. But you can tell that there's a lot of story in it that we just don't know the context of. This is a thing that writers like to do when they have a future story plan. First place, that's not a Zoe's Ender. Yeah, it's probably not. It's probably just a great sword, right? His faction is called the Abraxas or Abraxas Chariot. Oh yeah, that is a thing. You have all these stories like the Abraxas Chariot and all the you have this like idea of what's going on, but you don't see the full picture of it. So you get enough of a sense, but you don't have enough to do analysis. And then when the thing happens, you will have the full picture that you can go, aha, so everything works. We know he's in he's kind of paratrooper. Yep. In the aviation group, the Abraxas Chariot, and that's pretty much about it. They really kept this really well done, at least from like a character design wise, right? Paratrooper. At least he doesn't have a spoon. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, where was I? We're talking about the Don Quixote. Don Quixote also has a familial abuse dynamic, right? So fly perfect wings Sinclair. I'm gonna get to Isang in a bit, but I want to talk about Don Quixote's familial dynamic. Don Quixote's familial dynamic is like it's very similar, I think, to Callisto, in that it's a parent chasing something that is not it's like this somewhat toxic focus on a dream kind of thing, but they still care enough to actually love their family, like dream on behalf of your family kind of thing. It's not entirely toxic, but it is still, it can become toxic. I think we see that in Bat and Don Quixote, in Bat and Sancho, the way that she was depicted, you know. If you check his skills and passive, the chunk of lore is just placed in the skill names and passive. Yes. All right. So, from what I understand, the reason why there's so many chunk of lore in the skills and passive is because this time Kim Ji-hoon did not write the main story. He did not personally write a lot of the stories. He finally learned to delegate, which is why we see a lot of a different sort of storytelling ways as well. It's a good thing for a large game. It's a good way for him to dedicate his attention, because I think KJH specialty in writing is details. So he wrote every single one of the passives and skills lore. So that's why we have those chunks. A lot of writers have their own specialty. This is KJH specialty, I think, which is these detailed, semi-mysterious glimpse into characters and their future and past through almost Easter egg kind of thing. You can tell because of the way he analyzes stories. This is a thing that he likes to do. This is his specialty, right? I think it's good for the team, for the writer, for the director, because it takes their best aspects of what they can do. He's very good at hiding little tiny details, and I think that's a better thing for a director to have than for a main writer to have. Not that it will diminish him in skill as a writer. We've already seen it. He writes fire, but it is a better utilization on large projects. For this is a whole thing about large project. Anyway, that's Donkey. Every single side sinners that are featured in each of the teams basically have this abusive dynamic. We also have the Ujat, who died like chumps. Aura farming little shit. Limbus Company is truly the best gacha game. I think Limbus Company is the best gacha game because they don't know how to be a gacha game. I think that's why they're good. Oh, we've hit an hour. Well, I'm gonna keep going because I have other stuff I want to talk about. I usually try to end stream on time because I run out of things to talk about, but this new format is really working for me, by the way. Alright, let's go to the optional stuff. Do I think Real Shoes Kanto was worse? No, I think it's fine. I think it's good that it just jumped out, because Real Shoes Kanto is very, how do you say, it's kind of a thing that you don't expect. I think it works, for Real Shoe. I think it only works because it's Real Shoe, right? You don't have any build up. I think it will also work for Milsort, because Milsort doesn't have so I think everything can be jammed into the Kanto and have it reviewed, because they are the most mysterious characters of Limbus Company, in the sense that they don't reveal anything about themselves until it is required. So their power, their Real Shoe's power, for example, right? Her OG power is her sword. You pull it out, you lose your memory. There's no way she can do that in the main story up to this point. So there's no point in exploring her background up to that point. Same with Milsort. I don't know what it is with his belt, but I think the moment he takes off his belt, he's gonna show us his dong. That's his super weapon. I'm just messing. All the other characters, say Don Quixote, Rocinante, very straightforward. You have to explore it. Isang, Faust, they have the background with the technology. You have to explore it for the overall base game. Ishmael and Heathcliff, their story was similar to Roshu in that it kind of jumped, right? It's also sudden, but I think they will handle in the longer term, because the company, Project Moon as a company itself, was still trying to find their pacing. Same, Honglu was way too long, I think, but it makes sense in the sense that they are adapting 4 sagas. I can pass on that, right? Yeah, sabotage with just weapons. I said dong, Illuminati. I said dong on stream. Yeah, sabotage with just, yeah, there's definitely something going on with like Limbus company background, but yeah. Why did this actually not the first time, but I low-key slept out? I don't remember. Yeah, we don't know that yet. This future stuff, we'll probably figure out as it goes on. There's like, it's probably a seed of like thing, like you need people to kill or whatever. Who knows, man? All these things are alright. Let me drop over to Isang. I want to okay, so this is something that I want to like talk about because Isang. Alright, I saw this on Reddit. I know Reddit's a terrible place, but it's where I get a small chunk of my ideas from, and I like to torture myself. But I saw this on Reddit that people were discussing motifs, the character motifs. Each of the main character has a motif. You know, your shoes, your homunculus, your ring, you know, all the stuff, all the things that are in their the recurring motif in their artworks, right? Your Gregor's hand. And there was this discussion like, what is Isang's motif? We'll talk a bit about motif analysis. Is his motif his book, or is it his wing? The simple answer is yes, because the wings of Isang, his books are his wings. That's it. I just wanted to get this out because I feel like people are not really understanding how to do motif analysis. I may do an entire stream on motif analysis in the future, but we can take a very quick look at Isang's motif analysis. His wings, we'll take a look at the out of this. Very simply, his book is the wing. When he opens and closes the book, it is the flap of a wing. Very, very simple and fun and visual way to depict a motif in a non-physical form. You cannot depict a wing on a character like this, like a physical wing. So having the book there be the wing is great. From what I understand about Isang's main story, his original literature is that the book is like an escapism. It's freedom. It's that is his representation. You just realize his logo has pages. Yes, I know, right? It's a book. It's a freaking it's a thing, right? So I'm so smart. Yeah. Yeah, motive analysis, very fun stuff. We a lot of writers like using motif, myself included. If you read my books, you will have seen the motif, but you might not have like realized what it is. These kind of like sigils, motifs, iconic weapons, all these stuff. I'm a guy who loves iconic weapons. I also love character colors. All my characters have a main color palette. All my characters have iconic weapons. I feel like they are very fun ways for a writer to just display the personality and idea of a character to others. My characters also have sigils, but I'm not good enough artist to actually draw them out. But yeah, this is Isang's motif. It's his wings, and his wings are in his research. His research was stolen, and that's a reference to his original story, The Wings. Everything is just, yeah. The characters in my book remind me of Lopcore Nuggets, cause why does some guy randomly have blue hair? I grew up in a world of anime, and because of that, everyone has anime hair. That's just how it works. You have to take it. Alright, Saikai. Let's do this. Alright, let's analyze. I want to analyze the lyric. I wonder, can I play the music without... You know what? I'll just play the music and stop my intro. Let me mute this. Please. Audio mute. I haven't gotten a lot of the... I still have 2 more to get. The fragments I didn't save up enough. I shouldn't have converted it on the end of the let me yeah, I haven't gotten a couple of the IDs yet. The fragments I didn't convert enough. I shouldn't have converted it over to finish using it in the last one. I usually save it over, but people keep saying that you should spend all your fragments. I don't really feel it. I feel like it's better to save it. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Saikai. I have been listening to this on freaking repeat, man. Uh, I think I personally gave like 1,000 views to this. uh, I'm sorry to say this, but I got bored of the second book. I'm about 50 pages in. Can you tell me if you guys? Oh, no problem. Um, apparently, according to the people who read my books, right, the second book is my best book in the series. But it is a very different book. It is not the same story. It is not the same style. I wrote it off like it was a different time for me. I wrote it it was the one that I didn't really plan for. I wrote it off the cuffs. I was trying a different type of storytelling. It's what's called a slice of lifestyle story, and because of that, it might not hit the same with a lot of people. But it was just one of those stories that it hit me, and I really wanted to write it, and I had to write it in, and that's why it's okay if you don't like the second book. The thing about my books is that every single book is a different genre, and because of that, you don't have to like all of it. It is kind of a technical showcase. I'm just kind of flexing at this point that I can write different genre. Uh you really like the thriller one of the one with the three Americans? Yes, the first book is a psychological horror thriller. The second book is a slice of life dystopian science fiction. The third book is a fantasy steampunk fantasy adventure. Every single book is a different genre, different theme, different setting. That's just the way my books are. It gets more consistent in my second trilogy, but you can still find the genre theme. Oh, the Terra Chronicles. Oh, you saw not the 139 series. The second book in Terra. Which one is it? I wrote Titan War and then I wrote Beastmaster. Beastmaster is it's also a different thing. Yeah, it's a bit more survival detective mystery kind of thing. So I think you might not enjoy it if you enjoyed the rest. It's also a different kind of storytelling. The third book is also very different. I don't think. I think it's fun in a way. If you like this detective story, it will be the detective story will be the fourth book, which I have not released in ebook format yet. That will be a future thing. The second book is more like a survival. It's more focused on the survival and trying to figure out where the who has the how to escape, that kind of stuff. Escape room, I would say. Yeah. Anyway, let's do Saikai. So the fourth book is in a physical. No. So I release all the books, like all my books. I release in like I release in serial format first. Basically, I'll write a chapter. I'll post it I'll post it on my Patreon, and then and I'll write another chapter, and in another week I'll post it until the entire book is finished. And once I finish three books, I will collect them into an entire trilogy. So the fourth book will be in the next trilogy with book 4, 5, and 6. Right. It's just like waiting for updates on your tree. Basically, yes. I didn't publish a new story in the last 3 years, mostly because I was working on the edits and starting up this channel, and also like I just felt a bit burnt out because I've been writing for 10 years straight since then. And I will be restarting my writing this year. If you want to read this fourth book in the Terra series, it is on my Patreon. You can find it there. I'm not sure if I haven't reworked like the format on my Patreon yet to make things easier to find, but you can find the serialized version. The serialized version is not clean. It's not been properly edited yet, so there's gonna be some mistakes. Some of the stories might change, but the fourth book is a detective, political detective story. So mostly detective, less political. You will like that. It's an Arthurian detective mystery. Very, very weird comic. It wasn't supposed to be a detective story, but then I wrote a version of Sherlock Holmes, and then it became a detective story because that character, the Sherlock Holmes character, is such a scene stealer that the moment she steps into it, I'm like, god damn it, this is a detective story now. She's totally stolen my plot. Uh, that happens sometimes when you are writing. Okay, Saikai, really, Saikai. I hope I don't get copyright strike. Okay. Saikai, the meaning of it is reunion. I think it's see you again kind of thing. Illuminati, this is awesome. I'm in my fictional British character hyperfixation phase. Congratulations. British characters are, I have 3 British characters I really like. Sherlock Holmes, the Doctor from Doctor Who, and the companions of the Doctor. I think they can be considered like, they're all Sherlock versions. I really like Sherlock versions for some reason. I think Sherlock Holmes as a character is a really cool character to analyze. I think it's very cool to analyze like all the deviations from it, all the modern versions of Sherlock Holmes. You can see like the way Sherlock is written, how Sherlock has changed, you know. Professor Layton is pretty good, but I'm not as familiar with Professor Layton. I should be. I think I'll go check it out next time. But yeah, Sherlock, I really like to analyze. It feels like the Brits invented one character and just went with it for the entire way. Sherlock is an archetype. You know, it's amazing that you have a Sherlock archetype kind of thing, and you have Sherlockian stories. I just think one day maybe I'll do a Sherlock analysis. Yeah. All right, Saikai. The lyrics of Saikai is really cool to analyze. I won't analyze the music because that's not my forte. I will talk a bit about it, but the lyrics is what I really want to talk about. The lyrics is obviously about Ryoshu and Araya. It's about this abuse team that has been concurrent with this entire canto, and it is this idea. It is the telling of escape from abuse. It is why it's played in the finale. It is why the finale is written in the way it is. Every single character that takes all the surviving character basically, like, how do you end cycles of abuse, right? I'll be pausing whenever like the line comes in so that, you know, I don't get copyright struck or something. I played this song so much. Oh, that's a good question, Illuminati. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a great question. Does Saikai sound like Mendo Pop? Okay, I'm gonna go off a bit. That's a really good question. Melee and all the music is it's a new genre. You are listening to a very new genre of music. I don't know what it's called because it's new, but it's this English music with Japanese anime emotions, but they are localized accent. All right, so the way Saikai and a lot of melee lyrics and a lot of things like "Life Is a Boat" by Rifu is sung, it doesn't sound right to native English speaker. the way the words is structured, the way you sing it, like a lot of like Honkai Impact songs, yeah, it doesn't sound right. All right. Yeah, you no, for you, maybe you're Southeast Asian, so you won't really understand this. So I will try to explain this. But if you are a native English speaker, if you're like American or British, it doesn't sound right. The way the words come in, right? Let's see. There's a line here. You have shown still caring for someone else. That line, when it's sung, it doesn't like the red Kawara Nadeshiko. You can't see the lyrics. Oh damn it! I didn't change the. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Yeah. All right, lyrics. I am so good at live streaming. I'm so professional. Right. All right. Here. So when lines like a red Kawara Nadeshiko is sung, right? It is a code switch line. Code switching means we're switching between different style of speaking. So I'm currently using my English, my white person accent, because my normal accent is very hard to understand for non-native English speakers. So if I use my English accent, it becomes like this. But I can switch to it very quickly, and it will become a very natural thing to sound like. But this is my whiter accent. It is longer. There's a drawl, and that is how like the English language is spoken differently. And this new genre of music, this new genre of songwriting is how English is spoken by non-native English speaker, written into songs. So they are using the rules of language for like Chinese, for Japanese, for Korean, and applying it to English words, right? So it's not Mandopop. It is a whole new thing. I think it's like non-native English songs. I don't really know how to talk about it. I have been fascinated by it. Mealy has been really good at doing this. Every single song is done in this way. For us non-native English speaker, it sounds fine, but that's because we've been speaking in off cadence for pretty much our whole life. We don't talk about it we don't talk about it as if it's a different thing. Off cadence is something that we can do because we are taught to code switch it. But if you're a native English speaker, especially from America and Britain, it sounds weird as hell, and I love it. When you first heard Saikai in game, I immediately thought, have I heard this before? It's because Saikai it uses a musical beat. Here, you hear this? Dun, 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 dun. That musical beat, that start of it. Wait. Dun, 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 dun. That first 4 beat is a very common music beats that is used, dun, 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 because it's like a rising beat, and then you can go to a lot of different things. I'm not as well versed in music, so don't take my word for it, but there are like recurring things, recurring musical beats that are used to, that are commonly used, that makes it very familiar, like arpeggio, la 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 la, that kind of thing. So this 4 rising beat, dun 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 dun, and then you can go into a different way. You can switch it to a different kind of music after that. Dun 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 dun, and it still works. Yeah, that's why it can sound familiar. Maybe, yeah. So this the way the language is really interesting for these kind of things.
When I was young and lost, you showed up and had my doors unlocked.
So we're looking at the lyrics now. When I was young and lost, you showed up and had my doors unlocked. We're talking about like we're talking about Ryoshu and Araya breaking the chains of abuse, breaking the legacy of abuse, right? When I was young and lost, you showed up and had my doors unlocked. Likely is referring to how for this kind of abusive system to end, you need a insertion of real love, of real acts of care. And in this case, it's Ryoshu. This song is from Ryoshu's perspective, I think. It's because Meili doesn't usually write her songs with a base character. I think it's like a thematic idea, but it is a Ryoshu type character. So Araya comes in. You had my doors unlocked. Araya shows Ryoshu real love. You don't need to reciprocate it. I'm just gonna love you for love's sake, and you know that's the first step of it.
Like threads, petals unfold. A red kawa Nadeshiko.
Nadeshiko is a flower. The red is, of course, to the red threads. This is like the signs of love being formed into the threads. Of course, again, my analysis may be wrong, but I'm just gonna, use my experience to share it.
You have shown me that I am still capable of caring for someone else.
So, yes, the flower is the same one as in the Saikai artwork. The Nadeshiko has a meaning. I forgot what the meaning is. I will write more notes next time. But let's take a look at Nadeshiko. Nadeshiko. Flower. Meaning. Yep. Beloved. Idealized Japanese woman. I think a red Nadeshiko is for a child. So yeah, that's meaning of flowers. Not really my thing, but yeah. I do know the only Nadeshiko there is a character of Nadeshiko I like is from Kamen Rider Force. I'm getting sidetracked. So the line, you have shown me that I'm still capable of caring for someone else. That is the introduction of love and the show that your love isn't like gone. You just never known that it's there, right? Ryoshu up until the point of Araya has basically only known the form of love as displayed by abuse, and that can twist a person. Like when they realize that their form of love isn't real love. So being shown that that you can still do real love is where the line, the next line.
That I still bear the same innocence inside.
That's where the next line come in. The same innocence, pure love is innocent. That kind of thing. You have the ability to love if you are shown love. The environment shows your care. As a side note, you hear the way those lyrics are sang. You have shown me that I'm still capable of caring for someone else. Those beats is what I meant when I say that it's weird to hear this in like a native speaking for native speaker. That kind of cadence is not normal English speaking cadence, which is why this new genre of music is so interesting. All right.
'Cause now I know that pain cannot define the past. We are built to overcome endless mishaps.
So basically this is when the character in the song is realizing that they don't have to continue the pain. They don't have to pass down the toxic love to the next generation, because they can change, right? But but this is gonna like snowball into a different scene later in the music.
It is not so bad when you are with me. Cherish as long as we last. 'Cause S is not for sayonara. Let memories play back.
All right. There's been a lot of criticism of the line "cause S is not for sayonara." This is again one of those things that I'm talking about with the cadence of English speech. It doesn't sound right. But if you're a code switcher who is used to switching from English to Asian type language, it's fine. It sounds pretty good. The S is not for sayonara. S is for Saikai, right? When you know it's not so bad when you are with me, cherish as long as we last. That is saying that I can handle my abuse as long as I get to see you. This is like a lot of abusive relationship. When you introduce real love, that real love become like an anchor point that can let you handle all the abuse so that you can see that real love again. And yeah, S is not for sayonara, S is for Saikai. Title drop, let memories play back, that's Saikai. Yeah, literally, S is not for sayonara, S is for Saikai, let memories play back. Man, this song is so fire.
I knew I must step up. You deserve the world and more. The truth is that you rather spend our limited time together.
The truth is that you'd rather spend our limited time together. That is again another one of the weird code switch that native English speakers find weird. But this entire section is the I'm just gonna say it's Real Shu's character because it's easier than saying it's a unnamed character. So this when Real Shu is like realizing that I need to be better because I need to give you like the courage to protect, the show of actual love. Like then when you are coming out of an abuse situation and you're trying to resolve to not be abusive, to show actual love, you can overcorrect, right? You want to give the world and more, so you like try to do too much, and that leads into the next line.
Protection alone is not enough. Providing cannot fill an empty cup.
This is basically what it means. Like, you provide your protection, you protect your love, but you're doing like these physical, tangible like things. I protect you, I give you money, I raise you, I help you do that. But if you don't show an act of love, you don't show like just being emotional, it's not enough, because that's not what children needs. Children doesn't really need like protection and all that. Yes, raising kids, yes, all that money, finance, whatever, yes, in this terrible capitalist world, yes. But the best thing for a child to be raised on is just love, to show care, to show good.
There's things
So yeah, that's where character of Roshu starts to like, am I doing the right thing? Am I raising Araya correctly? And Saikai is written as 再会. That's the Chinese pronunciation, which is meet again.
What do I know about love? How can I recreate what I've never had?
Basically, now if you're a previous abuse victim, you're coming into caring for somebody, and you are trying to learn how to love somebody else, you try to draw from your past experience, but you don't have any past experience to draw upon because your family is fucked, right? So you can start to think that maybe my love isn't correct either. Luminubi, Araya learned to be a Gen Alpha baby at school. I don't really understand the whole Gen Alpha thing, right? Like, they're just kids. It's fine. They have their own slang. I have my own slang as a kid. They can have their skibbity toilet. That's great, you know. I have our own um stupid words when I was young that doesn't make sense anymore. It's fine. 69. Why is that funny? Who knows? Whatever, man. 6, 7. You better not start spamming 6, 7, boy. All right, let's go next.
All I know is that I must keep you thriving. If nutrients are what you lack, I will water you with every drop of blood I have.
So now Roshu is like, this is the overcompensation part. Like, once you're out of abusive situation, you're trying to do right, but by doing right, if you don't know what to do, the best the thing that you end up usually doing is just sacrifice your body. You throw yourself into your work to provide, to give, but you don't have that emotional connection. It's like, it is a you burn your life for someone else, but like the previous said, is that they rather spend limited time together. You whoever loves, if you love someone and someone loves you, they just want that time to last, and you spending your life to provide will reduce that time you can spend together, you know, which is why
But now I know that sacrifice is the easy path. My absence cannot ever change the fact.
that's basically it. You know, you sacrifice yourself. It's the easy path. It's the path that is like, you can just do it. A lot of parents do this. A lot of parents just go through it and let it go, and say that, oh, I worked so hard for you, you know, that's how I show my love. No, you show your love by showing your love, not by, you know, this kind of sacrifice is the easy path, and it's already very hard, so showing love is hard.
I wanted the very best for you. Believe me, our present words can never be cut.
The red threads that we see in Canto 9, there's in like in cultural aspect, red threads is like, this is love, and all of the nurse fathers are connected to Ryoshu with a red thread, which is showing like they love her, quote unquote. But every single one of them, their threads gets cut, except Ryoshu's thread with Araya, and to an extent Ren. But the Ren thing is more like, it's because he as a character is developing as well into this like like accepting his abusive aspects, so it's a bit stronger, but not really kind of thing. Like, Ryoshu literally cuts away her memories of all the other characters. This is seen with Shiomi. She literally forgets that Shiomi is already dead, or at least can't like remember it in a way, right? But Araya, she still remember like, oh, I have Araya. I need to remember that shit. Um,
And this is not for sayonara. Will you forgive me at last?
S is not for sayonara. Will you forgive me at last? Again, forgive me at last. Meeting again. I'm coming back to meet you again. Please forgive me, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's how you do. That's a simple doing of a lyrical analysis. Saikai is really well written. I really love it. I've been listening on loop for like weeks ever since it came out. I think this is why, there are a lot of complaints that Canto 9 is not as good as Canto 8. I totally disagree. It's basically like, Illuminate, you were talking about, you didn't like the fourth book in my the second book in my Terra series. It's the same thing, it's a different genre, it's a different type of story. When you have like Honglu is a epic saga adaptation. Don Quixote is like this generational clash of building up for 400 years, English fantasy kind of thing. Ishmael is this great hunt for the big monster. Ryoshu is a tiny short story squeezed into a little bit of characters. Everyone just works together in this like tiny space. It is a short story. It is multiple short stories tied together into this big one. It just works. It's a different genre. Not everybody will get it. Not everyone will like it. But if you like these kind of like combined stories genre, it is amazingly written. I really loved it. I think it's my favorite Kanto so far. You've heard me analyze Don Quixote. You've heard me analyze Honglu so far, and while those are fun to analyze, those are adapting the idea of their stories that they sell. They have their themes that are based in the original work. They have their historical, like Don Quixote, you have their historical, their historical versus modern way of analyzing that story. But Kanto 9 for Ryoshu is an original adaptation of an adaptation. It is a different beast, right? Me, you like all the other Kantos except for the first two. I really enjoyed all of them. Here's the thing about those first two Kantos, right? I think you will enjoy it a lot more when the story comes back. It's kind of like it's a problem with large saga writing when you're writing these huge interconnected stories that when you start, you try to lay out a lot of plots and it doesn't connect to anywhere. But once it starts connecting, once you start putting all the pieces together, it becomes a lot more enjoyable. But it takes time, right? And so those first two, and this there is a better way to write these kind of things. But if you're a new writer or if it's your first time doing this kind of thing, as Tim was, you will fall into this kind of plot. So they're not the best. They're good, but they are written in service of a grander story. So without the grander story, it might not feel as good to write. And it's like when we saw Gregor in Canto 9, when we saw Gregor, when we saw him turn into his monster form, right? when he suddenly one day, it all clicks together in a way, and his Canto 1, the apple, everything, right, suddenly starts to make a lot more sense. As we go on, it will. I hope it starts to make sense. I hope they will do it. Yeah, it's like suddenly one day it makes sense. I am a shill for Limbus Company at this point. Yeah. One day it will hopefully make sense. The maggot prince area. His motif will start to come into being. But yes, that's it. That's currently my analysis for Canto 9. There's still so much to unpack. I didn't even get to this scene. I don't even know how to do this on the stream, if I want to unpack this thing. This is basically letting go of the abuse, because Araya as a Canto. Favorite Canto 9 soundtrack, Saikai. You can't. I think it's this one when this was playing. Yeah. Aura Sinclair's War Team. Aura Sinclair's. Yeah, all the music in Limbus is very good. I think they know the value of good music composition. Yeah. I really don't know how to unpack Araya's character. She's so complex. She is a 3-generational character. She is Yoshihide as well. Every single House of Spider character is freaking Yoshihide. I don't get it. It's how did you do that? I'm so impressed. Araya is also a version of Yoshihide. It's the ability to let things go. Did I know there's an unused Limbus soundtrack called Run Bong Yu? Okay, I will Google that later. But yes, I will. I know it now. Yeah, man, Araya, she's so good. It's just so good. If you love character writing, like I do, Canto 9 is the best character writing so far. All the other cantos have a lot of good lore writing, fantasy writing, and all that. But holy shit, Canto 9's character writing is really, really good. You can see character writing gets really good in big projects when a writer learns to trust other writers. When a writer can fully focus on writing character scenarios, they get to develop a single character into this amazing piece. This is what you get with Canto 9, right? That's it, everybody. I am almost 2 hours into this stream. I think this format really works. Do you think Ji-hoon would trust a clone of himself to write the story? No, I do not. The reason I say this is because I don't trust a clone of myself. I don't think I'm a good writer. And I think any good writer will think so too. You read interviews with Ji-hoon, why not extend the stream to a clean 2 hours? Oh god damn it, Luby, don't make me. The other viewers have left, Luby. Alright, wait, okay, fine, I'll talk a bit about Ji-hoon. Fine. Ji-hoon, when you read interviews with him, right, he's always questioning his capability. He has created 3 amazing games with amazing stories, but he still questions his ability as a writer, as a person, as a manager. And I think that is what you need as a writer, especially in team projects. You need to know what you can write and what you can't write. Right? I've written so many books now, 7, maybe going 8. I have no idea. I've lost count. Wouldn't it be because he's afraid of letting down expectations? That's part of it, right? You've done something so good, but you're scared that you won't be as good as you used to be. But it's also because, but that will also cascade to your other person. you don't think you're that good a writer, you don't think the reason that he feels like he can let down expectation is because he doesn't think he's good enough to carry on the expectation, right? And I think that is true for a lot of good writers. Almost, I don't know a single writer amongst my own circle of peers who I consider really good writers who think they are good writers, even though I know they are. I've read their work, I think it's amazing. M. Howard, author I like to plug a lot, she's amazing writer, but she's never said that herself, and I think it's just a thing that you have to be a good writer, to constantly doubt yourself, because the moment you think you are a good writer, you stop improving. But you also need to know that you are good at some things. Like I think Ji-hoon knows that he's good at writing all those like tiny little trivia focused writing, and like I know that as a writer, my best skill is writing fight scenes. I love writing fight scenes, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I know the pacing well enough because I study a lot of fight choreography, so I can convert that into writing. That's my personal thing. Like I think I'm very good at writing fight scenes, and that's it's really funny to think that he used the profits from the article. It's VTuber. I want to have that kind of profit. I want a VTuber model. It'll be like a green slime. And right now my VTuber model is Bish. You like my fight scene too? Thank you. Yeah, that's one of those things that I know. Like I know fight scenes, right? I know the pacing, I know tensions, I know how to drag, I know when to push. Yeah. Real shoe suffices. Real shoe is always good enough. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Canto 9 is good to analyze. All the Canto so far has been great to analyze. I'm doing it in my own time. I'm currently going through characters, like trying to read up more on them. But I'm a guy who doesn't read classic literature as much because of what I said before. That I think that modern literature is written to the taste of modern audiences, and I am a very modern audiences. I can study the classic literature to understand like the stuff, but it is kind of a challenge to it. The Spider's Thread Hell Screen adaptation, really nicely done, really well adapted, really well portrayed. I think more people need to understand that when you're talking about deep literature like this, it's never a surface analysis. You're looking at a lot of like themes and how to grasp adaptations. Today we're just talking about adapting a non-fictional concept, familiar abuse, real life scenario into a fictional world, and how you write characters in those kind of situations, how each of the nurse father or the nurse apprentice does it. But there are various different ways of adaptation. The way they adapted Honglu's story is different from the way they adapted Canto 9's Real Shoe story, is different from Ishmael, is different from Heathcliff. Every single character has a different style of adaptation. I think that is like the way Project Moon is doing this. It reminds me a lot about my own writing. I'm just gonna like flex a bit. That every single book that I've written, I've made it a point to write it in a different genre, in a different style, in a different thematic order, in a different even sometimes different scene location, just to see if I can. Right? It's a work of passion, it's a work of love, it's a work of like really just showcasing if I can do it. Lumina B, I really like the English in the Sherlock Holmes book. I really like modern the English in the Sherlock Holmes book is a bit too English for me. My fascination with Sherlock Holmes is the characters itself. The how the Sherlock archetype became so long lasting. How we get Moses, like how do you get Moses from Sherlock and you can still recognize Moses as a Sherlock, right? That is my absolute fascination with Sherlock Holmes. That his character is so long-lasting, so well to adapt, and so flexible. You get this. You can put Sherlock in anything. Well, she's a detective. No, it's not. Okay, Moses is right. Moses is not just. Yes, her job is a detective. Detective Sherlock, sure, but not all detectives are Sherlock, right? For example, oh shit, I was about to say Batman, but Batman is a Sherlock archetype as well. Jim Gordon. Let's just use Batman. Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon is a detective. He's not a Sherlock. He's nowhere close to a Sherlock. You know, there's like a certain thing about Sherlock. You need your partner. You need your John Watson. You need your addiction to the puzzle. You need your addiction to something real. The smoking pipe for Moses, for the eagle. What? Very nice. Well done. Beautiful motif, right? There's this thing about Sherlock that works. My favorite Sherlock adaptation is Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a freaking good Sherlock adaptation, alright? People don't understand how Sherlock Doctor Who is, which is why when Stephen Moffat wrote him, it's like so, you know, controversially good, right? But Doctor Who is also a Sherlock type. There's things about Sherlock that makes Sherlock a Sherlock. Not all detectives are Sherlock, kind of thing. I'm saying Sherlock a lot. Dr. House is Sherlock Holmes. Dr. House is Sherlock Holmes. He's not freaking detective, he's a doctor. I'll see if you can get into Doctor Who. Doctor Who is kind of like an experience. You don't have to get into a lot of things to enjoy it. I don't recommend a lot of people to get into stuff because I understand people's tastes are very different, and a different era of writing has different people will love different parts of it. Some people love classical literature. I'm not one of those people. Doctor Who have two eras, your classic era, your modern era. Some people love the classics, some people love modern. You're fine to love either way. You need to get into it because you love that, right? That's the point of like fiction, of media or storytelling. That's why it's fun to analyze stories. That's why it's good to have media literature, to know how to do media analysis, to understand themes and stuff. You have these fictional stories bringing real world themes, and it makes you learn about the world. I basically just gave you like a 2-hour crash course on every single type of parental abuse that you can how to avoid it, what it's done to avoid it, what is the outcome and everything, based on a video game story. Not even the whole video game story, is 1 out of 9 of a video game story, right? It's just how it works, you know. Thanks, Ada. I'm now an expert on parental abuse. You're welcome. Go and abuse children. Please don't abuse children, people. Abuse me, insult me. I can take it. Right. Okay. I am at a solid 2 hours now. It has been really fun. I'm really enjoying this new format for live streaming. I will come up with a new schedule, maybe once a month. I will find a way to do this again. In this same like scope, right? Probably once a month, probably in between videos. When I find something, it may not always be Limbus Company, by the way. If I find another story that I find interesting as well, I will do an analysis on that. For now, it is Limbus Canto 9. Next month, who knows? I might go back and analyze like I've been meaning to like look on. I've done the dream ending. I've done the surrender witnessing. I've been meaning to do the unchanging and the evil defining. But that will be a different thing. Like maybe in a month or two, I'll take a look at that. Right. But for now, thanks for watching my 3 viewers. I guess. I hope you learned something. I hope it was like, actually, useful. And you know what? Next month I'll do motifs. Why not? Right? I did the Yisang wing motif today. I'll go deeper into motifs next month. Just as a I'm looking at the wings now. And yeah, I'll do motifs. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been actually fun. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.